Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're breaking down one of the absolute most dominant, defining eras in the history of sports, Cristiano Ronaldo's unbelievable run at Real Madrid. We're going to jump straight into the data, the major milestones, and just the sheer undeniable impact he had on the game. It's going to be a fun one.
But to really grasp the magnitude of this whole era, I want you to ask yourself a question. Just imagine the sheer pressure of this moment. How did football history completely change back in 2009? I mean, we're talking about a single transfer that literally redefined what we thought was mathematically and physically possible for an athlete at one club.
So here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We'll start with a world record arrival, move on to the goal-scoring machine, look at the greatest rivalry, explore his Champions League dominance, and finally wrap up with achieving football immortality.
All right, let's kick things off with part one, a world record arrival. Let's take it back to 2009. Ronaldo joins Real Madrid in what was, at the time, a world record transfer. And the historical weight of this move, absolutely massive. It sent instant shockwaves right across the globe. The price tag alone created this massive global spectacle, and the expectations placed on his shoulders, they were just unimaginably high.
Picture this. Thousands upon thousands of fans packed into the stadium just to watch him put on the shirt. Literally, just to see him stand there. But you know, the universal theme of this entire era is that wild contrast between expectations and delivery. Because, as our source points out, Ronaldo stepped into that packed stadium, absorbed all that incredible pressure, and actually delivered immediately. He instantly lived up to the hype.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we move into part two, the goal-scoring machine.
Transitioning from all that initial hype to what actually happened on the pitch, we hit a truly staggering number. Greater than 450. Yeah, during his time at the club, he scored more than 450 goals. That officially made him Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer. Just wrap your head around that for a second.
He didn't just score goals, he became this relentless machine, just shattering records season after season. And the real takeaway for us here isn't even just the sheer volume of goals, though obviously that's insane. It's the absolute masterclass in human dedication and professional endurance that it takes to break those records year in and year out.
Which brings us to part three, the greatest rivalry.
Look, you simply cannot talk about this era without talking about the inescapable clash between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. It was era-defining. Every single match they played, every single goal they scored, every trophy they lifted, it all just fueled this massive, non-stop global debate. It absolutely captivated the entire world.
But here is a super inspiring fact. Amidst all that deafening noise, all that insane media pressure, our source notes a really crucial detail. Ronaldo remained focused on self-improvement. So instead of getting caught up in the external debate, his focus remained strictly inward. He was relentlessly dedicated to bettering his own craft.
Let's move to and see how this builds in part four, Champions League dominance.
So, all of that intense internal focus, it built up to ultimate team success on the absolute grandest European stage. He led Real Madrid to multiple Champions League titles, but it was really his legendary performances in those absolutely crucial matches that cemented his legacy. When the stakes were at their highest, he just elevated his game to levels we've rarely ever seen.
And driving all of that historic European success was some truly staggering individual dominance. To put a number on it, 4. That's the number of additional Ballon d'Or awards he captured just during this period. It perfectly reinforces his total individual dominance within the team's massive success.
So, the crucial point is coming up here in part 5, achieving football immortality.
When you combine all these elements, right, the arrival, the goals, the rivalry, the unbelievable European dominance, it all culminated in Ronaldo achieving true football immortality. And why does this matter to us? Well, because it's a profoundly compelling story of a human being facing world record pressure and through just pure, relentless dedication actually ascending to immortal status in his field.
But, as our source material brilliantly points out, his journey was far from over. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Ronaldo achieved immortality at Real Madrid, but what comes next? Like, what does it actually take to keep pushing forward after you've literally conquered the world? This is fascinating stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep pushing your own